Well, hello, welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and we're back on another live stream. This episode is number 9 now. It's all these days has been so great talking about. Well, I will be talking about world news right now, very hot with the U.S. elections. We don't know. We really don't know what is going to happen, but we know. I am absolutely sure that we are going to be all right. You are going to be all right. My lovely body language buddies, we're gonna see what do we have in store for today. Well, we have a couple of things. Pandas. Oh my God, I don't know how it will be. I will be talking about this. We're gonna be talking about pandas. We're gonna be talking about Donald Trump, the garbage truck driver, and a couple more things. Also, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who has let me down in ways that you cannot imagine. I don't know. I will try to mock him, mimicking his accent. But we need to start with a couple of things first. And it's the first thing that we need to talk about is this topic. But before we get started, remember that you can check my body language book in the description of this video. Body language in 40 days. If you want to learn how to control your own body language or read the body language of other people, make sure that you check and get my book on Amazon, whether if you like it on ebook format, electronic, to take it wherever you want, or paperback. You can also take the paperback whatever you want. You will get all the details of what I teach about body language on that book. That was the first book I wrote about body language. Is still current, so get it with the link in the description of this video. So let's get started, and remember that you can, of course, like and subscribe. I will be focusing all my content in this channel right now. The body language. No, it's again. I forgot. It's studio still. Still, this Jesus Enrique Rosas channel. This is gonna be my channel for everything. Again, another experiment. I spoke to you yesterday about how YouTube works in the sense of YouTube, but we are live too through X or Twitter. We could call it Twitter. Everybody calls it Twitter. Still, you know, X is so short that you can be missed in the pronunciation, and on Rumble as well. It is my prediction, by the way, that Twitter or X right now is going to be as big as YouTube in video in 4 years. Give it 4 years, and that's why I'm making content on X as well. So let's get started. What is this topic about? This is Jena Griswold, the Colorado Secretary of State, who has recently been involved in a situation where her office inadvertently, imagine that, posted partial passwords for certain election equipment components on the department's website. It was a spreadsheet on the Colorado Secretary of State's website contained a hidden tab with partial passwords to some parts of Colorado's voting systems. I mean, this is something that can happen to anybody in 2000s. But not now. Like in 2001, maybe you had a password like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that. But right now, no. This is not something. This is what I don't like about digital equipment. All this stuff with machines for voting. Why? We need paper ballots, same day voting, ID, all that. But well, I guess that the people who make the laws in the United States know more than the common sense of Latino who escaped the socialism in Venezuela. But I don't know. I think that should be fixed at some point. So people were requesting this analysis with so much, urgency because of the subject matter, which is urgent right now. But we need to know if what does her body language say. So let's take a look. Why I cannot hear anything?
Be
okay.
Very
okay. Now I have sound.
full.
There we go.
To be very clear, we do not see this as a full security threat to the state. This is not a security threat.
You do frequent media interviews warning of the insider threats to elections. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security defines an insider threat as somebody who uses authorized access wittingly or unwittingly to do harm. Did the actions of your office pose an insider threat to elections?
Okay, the first thing that I noticed, and the first part when she was saying to be very clear, she's trying to emphasize with her words. She's trying to use her words to emphasize what she says. But I saw a couple gestures, facial emotions of disgust. Notice that she has her face quite relaxed right now. It's quite neutral. But as she begins to speak,
To be very clear, we do not see this as a full security.
you know that this is like a bit of a laugh. There must be a name for that when you insert a very quick laugh in between. You know that thing that you insert in your voice. She did that like it was a joke. Like, are they joking? Something so serious as a password for a voting machine?
Full security threat to the state. This is not
And that eyebrow raise, is a bit out of left field. Let me see. I'm going to try to.
security threat to the state. This is not
You see it?
security threat to the state. This
Yeah, she says security threat, and she, there's no security threat in here, and there's that subtle eyebrow raise. Again, it doesn't mean anything in itself, but it's interesting that she doesn't do that all the time. We saw like 20 seconds of her speaking, and she did not do it. But when she says the word security threat, she does that and raises her eyebrows. So there's an emotional reaction in there. So there's a even if she is trying to make her face be neutral, there's an emotion in there.
threat to the state. This is not a security threat.
You do frequent media interviews warning of the insider threats to elections. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security defines an insider threat as somebody who uses authorized access wittingly or unwittingly to do harm. Did the actions of your office pose an insider threat to elections?
I see her blinking rate is more or less the standard. Let's see her blinking rate. Oh, right. I hadn't noticed that when she's speaking at the first part. This is why you have to watch these videos a couple times. Her blinking rate is way up. It's like more than one. I would say that 2 every second. So yeah, she is actually very distressed. She's actually very nervous about the topic. So she's actually nervous about talking about this.
The U.S. Department of Homeland Security defines an insider threat as somebody who uses authorized access wittingly or unwittingly to do harm. Did the actions of your office pose an insider threat to elections?
No.
Okay, she said no. We have this cut.
No.
Was a very abrupt cut, but I don't see anything. The problem is the cut. It was so immediate. We couldn't see what happened after that. I think the clip
In
repeats.
2021, when Mesa County's voting system passwords leaked, your office said, quote, "The public disclosure of the BIOS passwords for one or more components of Mesa County's voting system alone constitutes a serious breach of voting system security protocols." By that standard, did your office commit a serious breach of voting system security protocols?
Now, notice that her face is neutral right now, but right at the start, when he was like making the second case,
2021.
she's got this place. I don't know. I wouldn't say that this is duping the light. Is what I do know is that this is not a genuine smile. If you look only at the eyes, you see that the eyes are devoid of expression. This is how you spot a real smile. The mouth wants to do a smile. I have also told you that remember that the left side of the face is usually more expressive than the right side. And in this case, we see that the left side, which should be a bit, more intense, is quite flat, while it is the right side, the one who raises. So no, that's another clue that this is not a genuine smile. So she's either nervous or something else is happening. We know that she's trying to act cool about this. But I don't know how would she really do that.
Breach of voting system security protocols.
Well, to push back on you, Kyle, that sentence is in the press release, but there is a much bigger press release. And part of that investigation in Mesa County was 2 sets of passwords, unauthorized access, stolen passwords, and it was in a different time. Since 2021 and what happened in Mesa County, our security has improved, including the 24/7 hour cameras, including the badge and access.
The problem is she's talking about 24/7 security and all that. But the problem is that a huge breach in security can happen only by just having people or careless people handling the information. If you just leave a file with sensitive information and you don't hide information, and why would you have passwords just going around on a spreadsheet? That is a breach. You can have all the cameras that you want. You can have all the technology that you want, and that is not going to be enough if you're careless with actual important stuff. I see that there's more to this story, and I would like to see another interview of her. There's a last part of this
County don't occur, and that is not what is occurring here.
That is not what is occurring here, but I don't know. I have my doubts. She wants to come out as cool. Oh, nothing is happening, especially because now you see those gestures of the laughter, the fake smile, that subtle raising of the eyebrows. Those are signals that she's nervous and she wants to just tone it down, especially that she wants to tone it down. When generally you want people to be as clear as possible about everything, and yeah, that is an actual breach of security. It would have been better, or it is better, when you know that you're talking about a breach of security and people say yes and it has been corrected, and then you talk about all the other measures. But this was maybe part of another way to store data. I don't know, but how do you feel when people try to downplay? It's the downplaying of the event what is suspicious. But I still would like to know what you think about this in the comments. Remember to download my free body language tips in the description of this video, and you will be subscribed to my email list, and we will be able to stay in contact whatever happens, and you will get my 100 free body language tips. So, coming back to the other topic that we have another topic to talk about. Let me see. Keep an eye on your comments. Today I will test a quicker show. I will try to I will try to be on the most important topic, most important parts of each topic, so we can have a faster show. I'm still, turning up this. Maybe we can have more topics. Maybe we can have 1 hour, 1 hour and 15 minutes. But 1 hour would be nice, especially because it helps me create a tighter show. And at the same time, it is easier for me to keep up every day, because there are other things that I want to do for you. By the way, there are other things that I want to work on this channel besides my body language guy show, and I need time to work on that. So again, I will try to keep these topics really hot and on point. Let's see. All right. Right. So I have to tell you that the first time that I saw this, I thought I was looking at an AI image. You know that nowadays, with so many things, so many crazy things that we see online, you need to go to the source. And it's hard to believe this is a real photo. That happens with so many things. And we will be talking about Donald Trump and the garbage truck in a while. But this is what the how I don't know what to say. And especially when I look for the source, it was much, much worse than I thought. And I said, why is Biden entering with a panda bear? Why? It's something. I know that you're gonna tell me, Jesus, that this is a problem with the meaning with pandas and all this thing that has been happening with children. But I think that in many of this, in the majority of these platforms, I cannot discuss properly because at the same time there are so many conspiracies about this. But let's say that this is just a Halloween tradition, all right? And this is just a Halloween costume. My first question was, why a panda? I mean, I could understand a skeleton, I could understand a fairy, I could understand a sorcerer, magician, demon, maybe Satan himself, but a panda. That is creepier than anything that they could come up with. I mean, it is really unsettling in so many ways that I don't know what to say. I don't know how to put this into words. And yeah, one characteristic that pandas have is that they have like black eyes. And you know which is the other way that people can get black eyes, or people can get black eyes, right? It is in no way it is something nice to describe, but this was already unsettling. And you know that Biden, there are videos of Joe Biden with let's say young ladies in which how to say this? Oh my God, I'm gonna get into trouble. You know, those videos are virtually wiped from the internet because nobody wants to call, Joe Biden. Oh, he's just a very lovely grandpa. He just loves to, get near children, and that's it. Oh, he loves children. But I want to know the way that why does he love them in such a way? I mean, is this Jill Biden, by the way? This is something that I don't understand. But why is the costume so bad? And the pandas are from China. That could be it. That maybe this is Tim Walz dressed as a panda. Okay, that would be the explanation. Thank you for that tip. Maybe this is Tim Walz, but the worst part, the most unsettling part, is when there comes a lady with a baby, and the baby is dressed as a chicken, as an actual chicken. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if you told me 2 months ago or 3 months ago or 20 years ago that I was going to be describing this scene right now, I would say this is like some ayahuasca bad ayahuasca trip. It's Karine Jean-Pierre. Oh my God. We need to talk. You know the word that we need to talk is that we had doc documents, and we got .pdf documents. If you know what we are talking about. My God, why which mother allows someone to do this to their baby? I mean, I like to, express some kind of insights, say some kind of insights, but sometimes I'm rendered speechless. And this is one of those times. I have no description or justification. There are people online and my mentions that say, this is no big deal. This is the normal attitude of someone who loves babies. Oh, I love babies. I love biting babies in the... Oh. No, this is not normal. This is not normal. Maybe if it's the baby's actual grandpa, and you know that grandpa is, playful, maybe that's one thing. But this is literally a stranger who is biting your baby's leg. I mean, how is this a thing? And it gets worse. It gets much worse when he begins to talk to the baby and look straight into the baby's eyes. And so close. I don't know what to say about this. It's so creepy. And another baby, yeah, and she's dressed like what? She's dressed like those delis from the 50s. I don't know. And then, well, Biden, of course, has to eat the... Oh my God! I know that you're watching this just to see my reaction. I really would like to tell you that there's some kind of body language or behavior to explain here. There's nothing to explain here. This is just creepy behavior. I have nobody has any way of justifying this. Nobody in their sane mind can look at this and say, "Oh yes, that's perfectly fine." He's just acting fine with, and I mean, the part that bothers me the most is how there are parents that bring their children and are okay with this. That is I don't. Let's say I am not surprised that people like Biden exist, if you know what I mean. I am more surprised that our parents that, are like careless. We could use that word. They are careless about who they leave their children with. And yeah, creepy is the only way that we can be talking about that. There's no other way. You want to normalize this. You want to say that, oh yeah, that is normal behavior. There's no big deal. No, yeah, the panda in itself is creepy enough because it's a very horrific panda. It's a Temu panda. Okay, it's not even a nice costume or anything. It's a very bad costume. So it's anyone's guess. I don't know. Is this Meghan Markle? Is that? No, it couldn't be. No, this must be either Tim Walz or Jill Biden. One of them. One of those. It's the only explanation I have. I have no other explanation. Maybe Tim Walz is telling him, "Save me from Kamala. Save me from Kamala, please." Yeah, nightmare fuel. Nightmare fuel, big hug. I don't know. You already told me everything that I needed to know in the comments. But again, I want to read your comments for a while. Try to make sense of this. Jill is the panda, made in China. It's Hunter. Oh my God! No, this is so not tall enough to be Hunter. Oh my God! their demons are celebrating. I don't know. It's like I try. I do my best. I do my best to keep sane. It has been a bit. These days have been a bit difficult. These days have been a bit difficult because so many crazy things happening, and analyze it. We need to analyze, Kamala, a couple things today as well. If everything goes well, in 5 days we won't have to analyze her in a while. I hope so. I really hope so. But it's something that can be difficult, especially with everything that's happening in the world, and you see so much gaslighting and so much in your face statements that we're gonna be reviewing in a minute. I don't know which topic. I think that maybe we could talk about Kamala at once. We could talk about Kamala at once so we can talk about that gaslighting. Let's talk about Kamala and more gaslighting. This is something that I want to understand. How is it possible that in all her appearances, she not only repeats the same ideas over and over again, but she makes sure to say them in the most hypocritical way possible. And I have seen gaslighting in my life. I have seen manipulation. I have worked very hard to try to devise these systems to fight this kind of people. But sometimes the gaslighting is so blatant, is so on your face, that it begins to get on your nerves. It's like it has been so hard to be able to deal with my energy levels this last week before the elections. You have to watch this. You just have to watch this. Let's see.
I do believe that this is a choice about two very different directions for our country.
Okay, that is, she said something that is true. These are two very different directions for the United States, and that is a fact.
And the choice being offered by Donald Trump is about going backward, about a constant emphasis on degrading the American people and our capacity.
Let's talk about that. We already know that degrading Democrats are the one who have been degraded. And again, this is something I will not get tired of repeating this over and over again. This is something that people do to your face when they want to manipulate you. You are telling them you are calling us deplorables, you are calling us Nazis, you are calling us garbage, and I will tell you, and they will repeat over and over again, no, it is you who is doing those things. Or they're not gonna tell you directly, it is you who is calling me a Nazi. No, it is you who is degrading me. They will play the victim. They will play like they are in this higher ground. They will play like they are this virtuous people that are fighting something evil, which is you, of course. They will do it to your face, and you will be confused. It has happened to me so many times that I have lost count. And it is really tragic when you don't understand that there are people that don't care about that. And they are not even psychopaths. Oh yeah, those are psychopaths that they don't feel anything. No, we're talking about, the lower grade, which are sociopaths. Remember that psychopaths are born that way. Sociopaths have similar traits, but they are created, they are nurtured, they are built upon the nurturing, the experiences or whatever. But either way, you don't care about that. You are not there to fix them, but they're gonna do the exact same process. They're gonna tell, it is you the problem. You are the problem, not me. I'm just maybe maybe they will even say, I'm just defending from your attacks. That is a reaction. I don't know. Or the classic, the one that it is the classic statement. I do it because I love you, because I care about you. I called you a Nazi because I care about you. I would not be surprised if they say something like that in a minute. But yes, who is doing the emphasis in degrading the American people?
Backward about a constant emphasis on degrading the American people and our capacity versus a track that is about bringing the country together.
Bringing the country together. Yes, you cannot get more hypocritical than this. And it's incredible that they have the energy and the gall to repeat it over and over again with a straight face. Again, that is quite an achievement. That is something that we could learn. I'm not saying that you're going to manipulate and you're going to gaslight, but sometimes you know that you have to say things. You have to be assertive. Being assertive with a straight face and with a steady tone of voice, that is important. Maybe we can learn from them that way, being assertive, of course, what is right and just for us. On the left, Kamala's handler calls on a pre-selected reporter to ask Kamala a question. And you might remember that Kamala is not going on Joe Rogan, not that we know. And today, maybe today or tomorrow, is going to be released the J.D. Vance on Joe Rogan. It's going to be 4 hours. They spoke for 4 hours. That's gonna be amazing. And Kamala, no, she cannot deal for more than 15 minutes, 20 minutes. How long do you think that she could stand with Putin? We don't know. And the right, Kamala leaves without answering any questions. Let's see both clips. And there's another clip that I want to show you right after that.
I'll take your question. Sam? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's one person that is very precise, the person that has the question, the predefined question, and then...
Thank you.
Madam Vice President, can you just talk about Hispanics? Can you please just say something about Hispanic voters going into today?
No, it's completely controlled. Kamala is being kept in this very small bubble. And they know, and I have told you enough times in the past couple of days, that as we get closer to the elections, the events have more and more impact. The rise in importance is geometric. It's something that is more and more critical as time goes by, as every day clocks in until Monday, in which that amplifying whatever happens. If something happens on Monday, the amplitude is going to be massive of whatever happens. We really hope. I really hope that everything goes smoothly, but there's another clip of not that much Kamala for today. You know that we had an overdose of Kamala the past week that I was about to puke. We got the last clip of Kamala for today.
Here's how I think about it. I really want to bring our country together.
I really want to bring your country together. And she does that smug face. I wanted to show you this because this is an example of how people at first, maybe the first times that Kamala was giving this interview, she was a bit afraid. She was a bit, nervous. Especially in that CNN interview with Dana Bash. You remember that interview that she needed Tim Walz right beside her. But as time goes by, it seems that, she's not afraid to say this kind of stuff right to our faces. It's something that, how could I describe this? A smug face. I wouldn't say that it's duping delight, because duping delight is I usually classify it as a flash in the face. It's something that is really quick. This was not really quick. This was all her expression, all thrown out. She was speaking, and then she does it, and she leaves that expression in her face. Like, all right, this is me. This is how I'm going to win. Again, I really need to know what do you think about this. in the comments. And keeping an eye on your comments right now. Yeah, where are the children, Kamala? That's a smirk. That very good word. Sapphire K9, a smirk. Bald-faced liar. Tuna burger. I puke every day. I puke every day watching her, says Sherry Wilson. How can so many people vote for her? So many people can vote for her because, well, they are... many of them are brainwashed. Many of them are misinformed. I can completely understand that. I am empathic with that reality because I know what it is to not be aware of something. There's so much information that is being pushed on everybody these days. And I say this in a global scale, that not everybody has the ability to digest what is going on. All right, especially digest it, understanding one's own bias. Because, for example, you could have the bias, and this is a very common bias, that, oh, you don't like millionaires and much less billionaires, because all millionaires and billionaires are bad people. There's no distinction about that, and that is not how it works. Many millionaires and many billionaires have done great things for humanity. Yes, they have the power to do very bad things for humanity as well. Money and power give you that ability, of course, either good or bad. But you need to understand, okay, maybe I have this bias. Maybe I need to, when I see news regarding this topic, I need to understand my own biases. This is how you reach to your own conclusions. I try with my Body Language Guy show to give you these insights, and you see that that's why I nail the same patterns and the same tips over and over again, because it's not just creating a video that is how to say this, a video that is generic, talking about gaslighting. Oh, I'm gonna make a video about gaslighting. Okay, that is great, that is nice, but I have noticed that it's much better if we see examples of real life and we talk about them and we spot what are the signals, not only in body language, but in the way people talk. And in the sense that how they try to manipulate you. And when you have unlimited power in terms of media, then that's why how I understand why so many people vote for Kamala Harris. That is understandable. I mean, I don't want to rain in anyone's parade. I want to give you hope. I know that so many of you want Donald Trump to win, but you need to understand that there's a possibility that Kamala Harris could be the next president of the United States. That is a very real possibility. And that is why I really want you to invite you to vote. Maybe I was finding out that maybe people are saying, oh, but I did not register. You can register. There are so many states that have same day registering. You can register and vote the same day. That's what I was reading, checking out. And maybe you can still vote early. If you can vote early, please do so. It's very important that you vote early. Anything that you can do. This is you really need to vote as early as possible, and try to convince people that you know that, oh, why are you going to vote? They're going to cheat either way. Please do not make the same mistake I made back in 1999. For 1999, I always I have tried to delete that from my memory. The elections in Venezuela when Hugo Chavez rose to power. I don't want to think about that. But don't make my own mistake. I made a huge mistake back then, which could have been avoided. And you could say, well, Jesus, but do you think your vote would have made a difference? Maybe if I had voted, I manifested my intention to vote, other people in my circle would have the same intention. That's something. That's how you pass on that voting intention. That's something that can actually happen, because you tell a friend, okay, I'm going to vote on Friday, for example, tomorrow. Then your friend, oh, well, I was not going to vote, but maybe I can go with you, and your friend comes with you, and you go together. That's another reality that I understood. That's why I do this this show at this time. Is that in the United States you are usually really busy in so many ways that, well, having time for voting early can be a bit challenging. And so many people are going to vote the same day of the elections. That's okay, but try to vote early, please. If you can receive this kind of plea, this suggestion, I don't know how to say it, from someone who knows what is at stake here, make sure that you vote early. If you already voted, make sure that you try to get as many people to register and vote. Please, this is really important. This is really critical. And I would say it as well. I have to say it. Even if you want to vote for Kamala Harris, it's something that you have to move people. I am not gonna be like Jimmy Kimmel saying, if you're gonna vote for Trump, vote as late as you can. I'm not gonna be like that. I think that we should be. I don't want to be a hypocrite in that regard. I mean, if everyone should make sure that you don't regret your decision of not voting. But if that means that you're going to vote for Kamala Harris, so be it. But don't refrain from voting. Go ahead and vote. That's something that you have to do. This is something that you know me very well. Even if I support Donald Trump, I support freedom above everything else. And I think that you should be able to exert that freedom. But at the same time, precisely, voting for Trump will guarantee you much more freedom than voting for Kamala Harris. So there's that. I have to tell you that as well. But, well, let's move on to today's last topic. Again, I'm trying to just juggle the how to say this, the length of the show and how I juggle the topics and how I prepare them. If I see that there's other topics, other hot topics, maybe I can make additional videos, not on this show, but on the Jesus Enrique Rosas channel. I said it right this time. So make sure that you like all the shows and subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified. That's something that YouTube never does, and they don't notify properly. We are also through Twitter and on Rumble. So it's time to talk about Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's an understatement to say that he was one of my greatest heroes growing up, along with Bruce Willis. Those were my two biggest heroes growing up. Sorry, Sylvester Stallone, you are third place, but still, Arnie and Bruce were my favorite celebrities ever. Maybe Bruce Willis a bit more than Arnold, but from Arnold, I got all this. I got into weightlifting, something that I have loved ever since. It's basically this sport I practice, if I can call it like that. But it has been such a disappointment since that Screw Your Freedom during the pandemic. And right now, well, again, I have no problem with celebrities supporting Kamala Harris. Again, I support freedom. But what I don't like is when they try to, say so many stupid things and contradicting things, and just don't try to fool me. Please be honest. Be honest. It's like that meme of David and Victoria Beckham. Be honest. Please don't do this. And well, he goes side by side with none other than John Podesta. John Podesta to support Kamala Harris. You tell me. We need to watch this. It's muted.
We want to do the same thing here. We want to communicate the right way. I think this whole climate change dialogue is not going to work. I think this has been used for the last few decades. I think we should address it directly, what it is, which is pollution. We want to terminate pollution.
This is one thing. He's just trying because climate change, the term climate change, first they say climate warming or something like that, warming. They use the word warming, they change to climate change. And since climate change, people don't like the term anymore because they know that it's more or less of, it's not like a scam, but it's not in the best interest of the people. Now they're trying to change it to pollution. It's like sugar, when sugar began to be seen, oh, sugar is bad. Well, this doesn't have sugar. Now this have high fructose corn syrup. All right, nice. That is not sugar, but now it's high fructose corn syrup, the enemy. Oh, now this has natural sugar. That's how where marketing works. Sadly, I could give you a primer on marketing and propaganda one day. That will be fun. But that's why Schwarzenegger is talking about pollution. He's talking about pollution, not climate change. No. It's pollution. That is the new word.
That is the message we should go and get out there. And I think that it doesn't matter if it's the Chinese or the Russians, whoever it is. We maybe don't agree with them, but we all have to bring them in, and we all have to work together with them.
We have to work together with them. Yeah, but then he has this ultra long post that I need to. I will try to read it to spot all the inconsistencies. I don't really do endorsements. I'm not shy about sharing my views, but I hate politics and I don't trust most politicians. I also understand that people want to hear from me because I am not just a celebrity. I am a former Republican governor. My time as governor taught me to love my policy, blah, blah, blah. I'd ignore politics. Okay, California, that's policy. It requires working with the other side, blah, blah, blah. He goes on all this rant that I don't endorse anybody. That was his rant. Oh, yeah, I forgot. We have the topic of Donald Trump, of the garbage man truck. I forgot that. We need to talk about that as well. The garbage truck. I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. We're talking about Arnold right now, so we have that other topic after this. And he's talking about the policies. He's talking about all this. He doesn't trust politicians. She doesn't like anything. Republicans have forgotten the beauty of the free market, driven up deficit and rejected election results. I wonder why. Democrats aren't any better at dealing with deficits, and I worry about the local policies. Schwarzenegger says that he worries about Democrats' local policies hurting our cities with increased crime. You know, defund the police, the illegal criminals that are roaming the streets of the United States, the riots that are sometimes praised. Well, you get the whole idea. It is probably not a surprise that I hate politics more than ever. But if you're a normal person who is addicted to this crap, you probably understand. I want to tune out, but I can't, because rejecting the results of an election is as un-American as it gets. And I'll always be an American before I am a Republican, and that's why this week I am voting for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. I don't know. I would like to understand how that stream of consciousness. I would like to understand how that stream of consciousness leads you into voting for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. I mean, they have amplified that crime stuff. They have amplified that deficit. They have the Democrat Party have rejected election results many times as well. So I don't know how hard is that decision. You say you don't like policies. For decades, we've talked about the national debt. For decades, we've talked about comprehensive immigration reform that secures the border. All right, I wonder why. I wonder who wanted to build a wall and was ridiculed because of that. Who wanted to build a wall while fixing a broken immigration system, and Washington does nothing. Yeah, Donald Trump tried to do something. He set off something and he was ridiculed because of that. The problems just keep rolling and we all keep getting angrier because the only people that benefit from problems aren't you, the people. Yeah, you know that, for example, all those weaponry contracts in the wars worldwide, who benefits from them? And which president, in the last, 40 years, they didn't have any wars? It's something that you should be talking about. It's something that you should be thinking about. But no, Arnold doesn't want to address any of that. It's just a game to them. It is a just game to them. I think it was a typo. But it's life for my fellow Americans. We should be pissed. Oh, right. Oh, you're so pissed. It's just so... Oh, my God. And then he says, but a candidate who won't respect your vote unless it's for him. That doesn't make sense because, well, a vote is for the candidate. You vote for Kamala Harris, the vote is for her. The vote is for Donald Trump, the vote is for him. That doesn't make sense. A candidate who will send his followers to storm the Capitol while he watches with a Diet Coke. Again, a hoax. Donald Trump never sent his followers to the Capitol. He told everybody to protest in peace. And, the feds did the rest. And what was the insurrection that so many people in the United States, so many Americans do not know, are not aware of what is an actual insurrection. They don't understand. They don't even understand the meaning of the word. And I'm not angry about that because it is great that you don't know what an insurrection is. If you don't know what an insurrection is, well, you are living the life. You are living the good life. Okay? But the problem is that governments can use that ignorance to manipulate you. A candidate who has shown no ability to pass any policy besides a tax cut that help his donors and other rich people like me but help no one else. A candidate who thinks Americans who disagree with him are bigger enemies than China. When has Donald Trump said that? Russia or North Korea, that won't solve our problems. We need to close the door on this chapter of American history. And I know that former President Trump won't do that. He will divide, he will insult, he will find new ways to be more un-American than he already has been. And we the people will get nothing but more anger. That's enough reason for me to share my vote with all of you. Harris and Walz, whatever, man. Whatever you say. It's so absurd in so many ways that I said that this when I did my analysis of Tarantino when he says, I don't care whatever Kamala Harris says in any interview, I'm going to vote for her. To some extent, that makes more sense than trying to justify. I mean, Tarantino was clear and was honest. I don't care what Kamala Harris is going to say. I'm going to vote for her. In retrospective, I know that I was pissed at Tarantino back then. In retrospect, after all this celebrity endorsement, well, that one has been the most honest so far. I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris. I don't care what she says. I'm going to vote for her. Okay, that is honest. Don't preach about, oh no, Donald Trump is all this. Oh no, the Democrats all this. Oh no, Republicans. It has been such a disappointment to see Arnold Schwarzenegger be such a wimp, trying to justify, trying to bring excuses to what he meant. Do what you have to do, and just do it. Unless you are also in the Diddy tapes or in the Epstein list. I don't know. For some reason you are, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow with John Podesta. I'm not judging, but man, maybe you got your own midget with a gun right behind you. Because no, this ain't it, bro. This ain't it. You had the opportunity to be a beacon of hope, to be what we thought you were, how we saw you in the silver screen so many times, and we say, wow, I want to be like this man. How you inspire us to lift weights and get stronger. This is not it, bro. You really let us down. But again, I would love to know what you think about this in the comments. Remember to download my 100 free body language tips right in the description of this video, and you will be subscribed to my email list as well. We got one more topic. I almost forgot. We got one more topic. I almost glossed over. This is the problem that I don't have the order nailed. I almost forgot. I said, no, this is the last topic of today. No, we have to talk about Trump and the garbage truck. This is just mastery at trolling. Mastery at trolling. And we need to start from the beginning. And it is a fact that Biden said that Trump's supporters are garbage. It is undeniable, no matter how you want to spin it, no matter how CNN wants to, claim that, oh, it was, an apostrophe. It was he was saying another thing. Karine Jean-Pierre, there's a clip of Karine Jean-Pierre flat out denying that it happened. So many people, oh, that never happened. You are making things. No, Biden said it. And in less than 24 hours, I don't know how they did it, but Donald Trump seized the opportunity to do what everybody, even myself, I mentioned a meme like that morning that he should be doing.
How do you like my garbage truck? This truck is in honor of Kamala and Joe Biden.
How did they do that so fast? I mean, I remember that I made a video at 7 a.m. that morning, so you can have it right before as you were waking up, as you were preparing for work. And at night, it was like, how many? Like 14, 15 hours later, we already had this. It was maybe the day before that Biden said that, and by 5:30 Central Time, they already had the truck and they already had it. This wonderful display here. It's something that I don't understand how they did it so quickly. But the best part, hands down, you know that I don't like to put long clips in here. And so many people were saying, you need to watch this clip. You need to watch this 5 minutes of Donald Trump telling the story of he getting to the orange suit, the orange man into the orange suit. Well, that will be, so many people wanted to see Donald Trump with an orange suit. Well, it's like wordplay, right? Wordplay. And they told me, you need to watch this. It's so hilarious. And, well, I know that Donald Trump can be hilarious sometimes. He can have good timing. But how hilarious can it be? How hilarious can it be? And, well, if you haven't seen this, you won't be disappointed.
This outfit, is when he called us all garbage. How stupid. What a stupid word. That blows deplorable away, don't you think?
Yeah, that blows. The deplorable is way too sophisticated. Garbage is much more raw, much more insulting.
Of course, I thought irredeemable when she said deplorable or irredeemable. I thought irredeemable was actually worse, but deplorable seemed to catch up. But this garbage stuff blows.
Yeah, because irredeemable means that, well, you cannot be redeemed. That is really bad. I don't think that you should call anybody that word.
Blows it away. So I'm in this beautiful plane. I'm enjoying myself. Have a wonderful suit on.
This is something that I like about Trump. He doesn't refrain from saying that I'm a billionaire. I'm a billionaire. In this plane. I have this beautiful suit and all that stuff. He is not afraid of saying this because everybody knows that is his reality. He just talks about his reality. Oh no, I grew up in a middle class family. Yeah, we need honesty, and honesty, either if it comes from Tarantino or comes from Donald Trump, it is welcome because we are in dire need of honesty these days.
And one of my people came in and said, "Sir, the word garbage is the hottest thing right now out there. The hottest thing out there. Sir, would you like to drive a garbage truck?"
When I say timing, that the humor has a lot to do with timing, and we were talking about humor the other day. You need to, tell the story first. You're setting up the punchline, and you're painting in this scenario what is going on. That is what Trump was doing right now, and he knew that with the way of narrating the story this way, he needed to make those pauses, and that gave people that chance to, imagine his reaction when his aide told him, what do you think about driving a garbage truck?
Now, we're about, 30 minutes from landing. We had to do this pretty quick. I said, "It's sort of cool, though, isn't it? Because, And I said, I think that's okay, but, I don't feel comfortable wearing a suit." And they pulled up this garbage truck. I don't know how the hell they did it so fast. I have very capable people. They put a big sign on the truck. Did you see it? I think they showed it.
And he's not afraid of saying that he was actually surprised of how they pulled it off. It's not you're not acting like, "Oh yeah, I knew that I could do it. I knew that my team could do it because we do it." No, he says that he was actually surprised. I think everybody was surprised, including himself. That's what makes it natural. That's what makes it spontaneous.
And then they said, "Sir, we have a vest." I said, "Well, should I leave my suit on and put it over the vest? But that doesn't look very good, right? That doesn't look good." So I said, "All right, look, let me take it off." And then I actually said, I climbed into the truck, but so I said, "How the hell do you get into this truck? It's way up high. It's a big one." This was a beauty. I said, "You didn't have to buy it that big, right? You have to get it that big?" They brought this brand new, gorgeous truck, wonderful driver. He looked like Cary Grant in his prime. You know who that is? This beautiful driver. And he drove that big thing up. And I said, "Man, this is bad because now I have all the cameras are all watching. Look at all the fake news. They were most of them."
There were all the mainstream media right there with the cameras and the mics, and then he was giving a sort of a press conference, and he was going to do the press conference with the orange suit and the garbage truck. He was essentially forcing them to cover the ultimate trolling.
Now, most of them, many of them were there, and I'm saying, "Oh boy, one little mistake with these guys and your political career is over. You can't even."
That is true. This is the best part. The one that
So
comes.
I said, "Man, if I don't get up there, this is going to be very embarrassing." These stupid people, they'll say, "He's cognitively and physically impaired." And I can't do that when I'm alongside of this great athlete. I got to get up to that. So look, the first stair is up here. I'm saying, shit.
He's not afraid to say those words, and he's very visual about everything. It's like, "Oh, it was very hard to know this. The first stair was like this height," and I say, "Shit."
So I had the adrenaline going, and I made it. I made it. And then I gave a little news conference from the front of the, they asked their wise guy questions and everything. And then we drove about 2 feet. I got out, got into the plane. And then I got in the car and I'm driving over here and I have this still on. And I come into the arena and I say, where's my jacket? I want to get out of this thing. And
he says that he was like angry. He didn't want to wear the orange jacket
they
anymore.
said it would be unbelievable if you could wear it on stage. I said, and I said, no way. I got 25,000 people standing outside. I got all these people here. There's no way I'm wearing it on stage. They said, oh, okay, sir. I said, get me my jacket. But if you did, it actually makes you look thinner. I said, and they got me. I said, I want to wear it on stage. When they said I look thinner, I said, in that case, I'll wear it on stage.
Okay, let's think of one thing. Imagine that, he got that written for him. He got that joke written for him. He didn't come up with that joke himself. Someone wrote that for him. Even if someone wrote you that joke, having the timing to deliver it properly, that requires sense of humor. That requires sense of humor. I'm pulling up here. I have the picture and the video of the guy who drove Trump's truck, so you can see him. But this is so great because it's a great sense of humor, and how I don't know how to say this. It's that he is not forcing it, which is the most important thing. He is not forcing it, and especially he's telling someone that you see, you have the video of what happened. You have the video of the guy in the garbage truck. It's not that he's narrating something that, maybe it happened, but nobody saw it. No, you see the video because they essentially forced everybody to cover him driving the truck, and then telling that story. It was just hilarious. And this is the guy who drove Trump's garbage truck. I think that this already has captions. I drove Trump's garbage truck.
So I had a few people reach out, so I figured I'd jump on here and just let everybody know that was me driving President Trump's garbage truck. There's me with Vivek right there, but I gotta say it was an honor and a privilege to drive Garbage Force One.
Garbage Force One.
President Trump is just a normal, everyday guy. He hopped in, no problem. He looked at me, he said, give me one of these right here, and we don't have one of these, we have one of those. So I honked a couple times and he laughed. He said, how about we take this bad boy through McDonald's? And I said, sir, I don't think she'll fit in the drive-thru. He said, it's all right, I used to work there. And he turned to me and he said something, and I'm getting chills just thinking about it. He said, this is really sticking it to Joe Biden. I said, yes, sir, it is. So, Joe, consider this a message to you, because you called us garbage. In order to prove that we aren't garbage, we got a truck that hauls garbage. Now, does that sound like something garbage would do? Would be to drive around in a truck that hauls garbage? I don't think so. You made a mistake, Joe. You can't call a group of people garbage unless it's meant to be funny. And in that case, those people need to stop being so soft. Maybe get a sense of humor. But if you call me garbage, that's offensive.
Yeah, it was hands down. It has like 30 seconds more of this this statement, but I think this was trolling level over 9,000. I don't know how he did it. You need the timing. You need the charm. You can have it written for you, but you absolutely need, the sense and the charm to be able to tell the story that way. You need to have it in you. But again, I would love to know, what do you think about this in the comments? Let me see your comments, by the way. Give this guy a raise. The best part was the Garbage Force One. Garbage Force One. That was really good. Oh my God, so many of you. We are breaking records today. Almost 3,000 body language bodies watching through YouTube on the Jesus Enrique Rosas channel, on Twitter, Kinesics, and on Rumble, the Body Language Guy channel. I should change, by the way, my channel on Rumble to Jesus Enrique Rosas as well. Something that I need to do at some point. And well, again, it's I'm trying to make this live streams, these shows as snappy as possible, as seamless as possible. We are in episode 9. We have infinite episodes in front of us. We have so many topics that I could be covering. This is basically home for me. I feel so great with you, my body language buddies, and I'm working hard to make this as seamless as possible, to make this look like easy, so you can enjoy your lunch break with the Body Language Guy show and learn a little, laugh a little, and have a great time together. My Body Language buddies, my name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Body Language Guy, and until we meet on another video or another live, remember the most important words: much love and bliss. Take care. I love every single one of you. Bye-bye.